You walk into a room feeling normal, then someone gives a short reply, someone sighs, someone looks upset, and suddenly your whole mood changes. Your body becomes tense. Your mind starts searching for a reason. Did I do something wrong? Are they angry at me? Should I say something? Should I fix this? You may call yourself sensitive. You may tell yourself you care too much. But maybe the truth is deeper than that. Maybe your brain learned to notice every small emotional change because, at some point, noticing helped you feel safe. And now that same skill is quietly making you tired. Being an emotional sponge does not always look obvious. You may still smile. You may still answer messages. You may still act calm. But inside, you're carrying feelings that were never fully yours. A friend is quiet, and you feel rejected. A family member sounds angry and your stomach tightens. A coworker seems cold and you replay the whole conversation in your head. You do not just hear what people say, you feel what they might mean. You notice tone. You notice silence. You notice small changes in faces. You notice when someone's energy shifts. And before you even understand what is happening, your brain starts building a story. They are upset with me. I need to make this better. I should be careful. I should not say too much. This is how emotional sponge patterns begin. You stop asking, "What do I feel?" You start asking, "What does everyone else feel?" And slowly, your life becomes built around other people's moods. You become careful before you become honest. You become helpful before you become real. You become easy to be around, but harder to understand. People may praise you for this. They may say you are kind. They may say you are mature. They may say you are a good listener, and maybe all of that is true, but they may not see the cost. They may not see how tired you feel after simple conversations. They may not see how much you overthink. They may not see how often you hide your own needs because someone else seems uncomfortable. This is not just a personality problem. This is a brain pattern. Your brain is always trying to keep you safe. If you grew up around stress, sudden anger, cold silence, or people whose moods changed quickly, your brain may have learned one lesson very early. Watch the room, read the face, notice the voice, prepare before things get bad. That lesson may have helped you. It may have helped you avoid conflict. It may have helped you stay accepted. It may have helped you understand people before they even spoke. But a survival skill can become a prison when you keep using it after the danger is gone. You are not broken because you feel deeply. You are not weak because someone else's mood affects you. Your brain is doing what it was trained to do. It is scanning for emotional danger. It is trying to predict what will happen next. It is trying to protect you from pain. The problem is not your empathy. The problem is that your empathy has no clear border. You feel someone's sadness, and your brain says, "Fix it." You feel someone's anger, and your brain says, "Make yourself smaller." You feel someone's distance, and your brain says, "Chase them." This is where the cost begins. Because there is a difference between noticing someone's emotion and taking responsibility for it. You can care about someone's pain without carrying it inside your body. You can understand someone's anger without blaming yourself for it. You can love people without becoming their emotional caretaker, but your brain needs to learn this slowly. Your brain works like a smoke alarm. A smoke alarm is useful when there is real fire. It warns you, it protects you, it helps you act fast. But if the alarm is too sensitive, it starts ringing even when someone only burns toast. That is what happens to an emotional sponge. Your brain is not wrong for noticing danger. It is just reacting too fast to small signals. A short text becomes rejection. A tired voice becomes anger. A quiet face becomes proof that something is wrong. Your brain takes a signal and turns it into a story. Then the story turns into self-sacrifice. Signal, story, self-sacrifice. That is the pattern. Someone changes their tone. That is the signal. Your brain says, "They are upset with me." That is the story. Then you apologize too much, hide your opinion, or try to make them feel better. That is self-sacrifice. And each time you do this, your brain learns the same lesson again. If I manage other people's feelings, I will be safe. But that kind of safety never lasts. It only makes your nervous system more tired. The way out is not to stop caring. The way out is to care without disappearing. Start by naming what you feel before you own it. When your body reacts, pause for a moment. Say to yourself, "I am sensing tension," or "I am feeling pressure to fix this," or My brain is reading this silence as danger. This sounds simple, but it matters. When you name a feeling, your brain gets a little more space from it. You are no longer drowning inside the emotion. You are looking at it. For example, your friend replies with one cold sentence. Your chest gets tight. Normally, you might send more messages and try to make everything okay. But this time, you pause. You say, "I am feeling scared," because their reply was short. That one sentence slows the pattern. It gives you a chance to choose instead of react. Then ask yourself one important question. Is this mine, theirs, or ours? If it is mine, it means the feeling belongs to your own experience. Maybe you are tired. Maybe you feel insecure. Maybe something from the past got triggered. If it is theirs, it means you can notice their feeling, but you do not have to carry it. Maybe they are stressed. Maybe they had a bad day. Maybe their mood has nothing to do with you. If it is ours, it means there may be a real issue between you and the other person. Then it needs calm communication, not panic. This question helps because your brain likes clear maps. When everything feels mixed together, your nervous system becomes confused. But when you sort the emotion, your brain feels less danger. For example, your partner comes home quiet. Your first thought is, "They are mad at me." But you ask, "Is this mine, theirs, or ours?" Maybe it is theirs. Maybe they are just tired. So instead of panicking, you can gently ask, "Are we okay? Or are you just having a hard day?" That question is calm. It does not attack. It does not chase. It gives you information before you blame yourself. Another important step is to delay your rescue response. When someone seems upset, you may feel a strong need to fix it right away. You may explain. You may apologize. You may change your behavior. You may give more than you actually have. But the first impulse is not always the wisest one. It is often just your nervous system trying to escape discomfort. So create a small delay. Take one slow breath. Drink water. Wait before replying. Ask one clear question. This gives the thinking part of your brain time to come back online. When you are stressed, your brain wants speed. It wants quick safety. But healthy choices usually need a little space. For example, a coworker speaks in an irritated tone. Your old pattern says, "I should soften my idea so they do not get upset." But instead, you pause. Then you ask, "Is your concern about the timeline or the idea itself?" Now you are not absorbing their irritation. You are getting real information. You are staying present without becoming controlled by their mood. The next step is compassionate separation. This means you say to yourself, "I can care about your feeling without becoming your feeling." This is not cold. This is not selfish. This is emotional clarity. Many people think love means feeling everything another person feels, but that is not love. That is emotional merging. Real love gives space. Real care does not require you to collapse. When someone is upset, try repeating this sentence inside. This is their emotion. I can stay grounded. For example, a family member speaks sharply. Your body wants to shrink. Your mind wants to fix everything, but you stay steady. You say, "I can talk," when we both speak calmly. That is not rejection. That is a boundary. And boundaries help the brain feel safe because they show where you end and another person begins. The final step is to create a return ritual. Emotional sponges often keep thinking long after the moment is over. You replay the words. You study the tone. You wonder if you should have said something different. Your body stays inside the conversation even when the conversation has ended. That is why you need a small ritual that tells your brain, "This is over now." It can be simple. Take a short walk. Wash your hands slowly. Write one sentence in a notebook. Sit quietly for 2 minutes. Say, "That moment was hard, but I am back with myself now." This works because the brain learns through repeated signals. If you give your body a clear ending, it slowly learns that it does not have to keep searching for danger. Some people do not need more overthinking. They need more endings. They need to teach their nervous system that every tense moment is not a life sentence. Think of yourself like a house with windows. Your sensitivity is the window. It lets light in. It helps you see what others miss. It helps you understand pain, silence, and small changes in people. But if a house has only windows and no walls, every storm enters. The goal is not to close every window. The goal is to build walls strong enough that you can notice the weather without becoming it. Notice the signal, question the story, Choose the response. Return to yourself. That is the new pattern. Not perfect, not quick, but real. You do not have to become cold to protect your peace. You do not have to stop caring to stop absorbing. You can still be kind. You can still be deep. You can still understand people, but you no longer have to disappear in order to make others comfortable. There is a quiet grief in realizing how much of your life was spent managing rooms. How often you changed your words because someone might react badly. How often you became smaller because someone else was uncomfortable. How often you called it love when it was really fear. But there is also freedom in seeing the pattern clearly, because once you see it, you can begin to change it. You can thank that part of you for trying to protect you. It helped you survive. It helped you understand people. It helped you notice what was hidden. But now, it does not have to lead every conversation. It does not have to carry every mood. It does not have to turn every silence into danger. The world may still be loud. People may still bring anger, sadness, stress, and confusion. But you can learn to stand inside yourself, quietly, steadily. With your windows open and your walls strong, you can care without collapsing. You can listen without losing yourself. You can feel deeply without carrying everything. And maybe that is the real peace you are looking for. Not a life where nothing affects you, but a life where everything no longer becomes yours.